the last few days have been a real rollercoaster of emotion. The First Minister, or the last First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon, I have to pay tribute to her as a great leader, an exceptionally bad First Minister. I'm putting myself forward as the next last First Minister. No, the First Minister, I'm putting myself forward as the First Minister of Scotland because I'm great. I'm brilliant at what I do. I can do NHS health. I've done that into the ground, and I can do justice. I've done that into the ground, and you won't be talking about me around your dinner table because you'll be in the jail if you start doing that. I'm not taking any of that pish. There's no freedom here unless you want freedom for the country as independence. We'll take that. We'll steal that for the English. We'll sort them out. We'll get our freedom, our independence. We'll rise once again as a proud Scottish nation, and we'll take it forward. I'm the ideal man. I represent less than 4% of the population, so I'm the ideal man to go forward and represent you as a proud Scotsman or Scotswoman, or just as a Scotch. No, Scotch is a drink. Oh no, what am I saying? Anyway, enough of that nonsense, because that and. I have to have some sympathy with Nicola when it came to that. But vote for me. I'm great. I'm the man. I'm just great. I'll do it. Right, come on, ball bag. Keep up. Canteen shuts in 2 minutes, and I need that bacon roll. It's not something I can get at home, is it? Oh shit! I'm great. As you'll understand, I can't comment on an undergoing police investigation. But what I can say is that we will do everything in our power to hide anything we can. Even though Murrell is a little shit and I wanted the 600k back, I'm still not going to dob him in. No to the police, So as party leader, I'll keep you informed, and you'll be the first to know. You'll be aware of this in the forthcoming weeks.
You're first made aware of Peter Murrell's arrest?
Oh, we all knew about it before Nicola resigned. I mean, it was well known. And that's why she resigned, because she knew Murrell was up for it, so he was going to get his comeuppance. She was going to dump him and run off with a lesbian lover. But now the police are going through the party headquarters. Christ knows what they'll find in there. I could end up getting done myself. But I shouldn't, because, I'm great. Hello, First Minister and Party Leader here with a special message for you on this Good Friday. Today I speak to you as a proud Christian, Muslim, Catholic, Protestant, Jew. And I'm just representing every one of you, because that's what I do. I am First Minister, and you come first in my thoughts. So on this special occasion, we'll celebrate Easter, we'll celebrate Ramadan, we'll celebrate Passover. Each one of you can celebrate your own deity in your own way, because that's what we do. And if you're Hindu, you might even have many deities, and you would celebrate them all at the same time, I think. Anyway, the wife's brought something special in. She said it was much cheaper than lamb, which we would normally have on the Easter Sunday. So I'm having a new thing. I think she's called it roast pork or something. But it's a mystery meat. I don't know where it comes from. But I'm great. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday. It's Good Friday. It's going to be an even better Friday because it's Friday night. It's all in with John and Ben. Welcome
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to. Something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to. Something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
Well, fucking well.
Well, indeed.
Good evening, John.
Good evening, Ben. How are you, my good man?
I am very well. As well can be, shall we say? How are you?
As well can be. Yeah, I'm good. I can't complain. And if I did, nobody would listen. And even less would care.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why
true.
you come here.
That's true.
Indeed it is. And good evening to the troll room. I can see people coming in there. I can see Beats Crates, Artfacting Reality. I can see Robin, DW, Dread-Eye, Julie C. A bunch of you. Good evening, my dear trolls. I hope you are all well. Also,
what's that? Two-leg hand the intro, finally. Well,
I think that's meant to say you lengthened the intro finally.
Oh, well, have you not been here for a while, Robin? So the intro's been that length for, I don't know, a few weeks.
A few weeks now, yeah. But he forgets to turn up live quite often, so it's good to see you live.
It's good. It's good to see you, Robin. We missed you, mate. We missed you.
We missed every last one of the people that we haven't seen or spoken to since last night. So, did you like our little interview? Did you like our return to form with having a guest? What did you guys think? Let us know down there in the troll room. You can be as nice or as vicious as you like. That is what the troll room is for.
Maybe we should do a poll. Should we do a poll?
If you want to run a troll poll, then go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good name, troll poll.
Oh,
there we go. Yeah. Trudy says she enjoyed it. Harold says it's been a long time. Well, it has. I mean, the last guest we had was Mark Changizi, and I think the next guest we're having is Mark Changizi. So, but that was back in the midterms. That was last year, John.
There you go. The troll poll's up.
There we go. More visitors vote in the troll poll. Yes or no? So, he's put a poll in the chat, a troll poll. Copywriting that name right now.
Troll poll.
That is ours.
Trademark.
Nobody else can use it. Trademarked there and then. Andrew says, it was good, but you two looked nervous. Us nervous?
Nervous? I thought we looked fucking fantastic.
I did too. I just think John was too sober. I think that was what was going on.
Well, I had a glass of wine. Or 3.
Yeah, well.
Or
3. Or 3. Right, so I want to open tonight's show with a bit of a movie review. I think we're going to do a little bit of a mini movie review. I've just taken my son, and I'm not long back, to see the new Super Mario Brothers movie by Illumination, a subsidiary of DreamWorks now, shall we say. And it was fucking brilliant, John. It was really, 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 really good. Now, I'm saying this as a little bit of a geek, as a little bit of a nerd, and I'm going to try not to spoil the film, so to speak. But the first thing I want to say is Jack Black is back. The man is back on form. He was brilliant in the flick. He made the flick. Chris Pratt was brilliant as Mario. The critics have indeed panned it, and that's how you know it's good. Because there is no agenda here. There is no woke. Now, the trailers made you think it was going to be Princess Peach's girl boss. It's going to be woke. That shit couldn't be further from the truth. And it follows the formula to the letter, basically, of a Mario game where Bowser wants to kidnap Princess Peach so he can marry her. And Mario has to save the day. Right? That is, and it was a joy to behold how much the creators of the flick really cared about the source material and really only cared about the source material. They didn't care about adding any agenda or anything like that. And I would suggest go and watch it if you can, because it's only 90 minutes long, but it's 90 minutes where you'll just get lost in this really colorful, amazing world that they have brought to life, and you'll just have a good time. And that's all I want from a film.
Yeah.
And obviously the boy loved it. That
sounds good.
Yeah. Well, it was good. It was really good. I went in nervous. Because the movie itself, you know, the trailers told us Princess Peach was going to be the girl boss. It's not. It's not the case. It's good. Very, very worth your time, I would say. I think Hollywood is doing well. I really do. I think it is a happening work. Second Illumination to come out in the last few months.
Is there something wrong with your 5G?
Don't think so.
You're going to halt my end.
Oh dear. Can you still see me?
Yeah, but you are stuttery as fucking all blurry.
That's really weird. I can see it on the thing. We'll just have to see if it stabilizes, I guess.
Are you on the 5G or are you on the house Wi-Fi now?
I'm on the 5G for the minute, but entertain the guests. Jump out for 2 minutes and I'll be right back.
Okay, Norman Colley or stutter. You're right. We are losing Ben. We lost Ben quite a while ago, I think. To be fair, people. So anyway, it sounds like it's maybe worth a watch, that movie, doesn't it? Somebody asked, who was it asked, where do we find movies? Well, like everybody else, we just find movies, you know. Some of the movies are terrible. Most of the movies are terrible. We actually made it our task at one point to go in search of terrible movies. And I think we should keep doing that, because terrible movies are actually better fun to watch than really good movies, because, well, it depends. It depends what kind of mood you're in. But if you're watching with if we have a watch party where there's the three of us watching one movie, watching a terrible movie is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But, I think Ben, well, you know what? Ben's a bit of a dick, don't you think? Because what did Ben get installed like over 2 weeks ago? Full fibre to his house. Right? Where's he sitting? In a fucking shed in the garden. Where's the fibre? in the house. Has he run a connection? No, he hasn't. Because he's a fucking retard. And now what's he done? He's come in as a second person. Oh, as a third person. So that's Ben for you. So you know what? Was it worth getting full fibre to the house if you're just going to sit there on your PlayStation and play with yourself? And not bother sending it to the shed?
How's it look now?
Yeah, it looks a lot better. You weren't on 5G, were you?
Yes, I was. I just had to. I just rebooted everything very quickly.
Yeah.
Just to be sure.
I was just telling the people about what a dick you are.
I will sort it out.
Yeah, you've only had 2 weeks and you've not done anything about it.
Back to the conversation at hand. Yeah, Hollywood abandoning woke. Indeed. Hello there, Vaughan. Adam says new broadband. Yeah, I do need to run the new broadband out here to the
There's nothing wrong with the new broadband, Adam. The problem is he's not fucking using it. That's the problem.
Criticism. It's always criticism with this man.
It's not criticism.
Can't win.
It's a statement of
Can't
fact.
win.
Statement of fact.
Can't win. Jesus Christ. Thinks because he's older than me, thinks he knows better. Look at him.
Whoa, right, hold on a minute. You can't start fucking battening Jesus' name about. This is Easter, right? So you got to give the guy some credit, don't you? I mean, in fact, apparently this only happens, 3 times in a century? Easter, Passover, and what's that other thing called? Ramadan. I'm going to be completely
honest with you.
Time.
Well, yeah, but I'm going to be completely honest with you.
You don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
Yeah, well,
and that's not a slight against anybody who does.
But hold on, Ben. Hold on. Right, we talk about a lot of things that we don't give a fuck about.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
So we're perfectly entitled to opine on something we don't care about. Oh, pardon.
But that is my opinion.
Gassy, this drink. I'm not sure I like it. It's
Is it trolling you?
It's low on taste. It seemed to be trolling you because as soon as I opened it, you went down.
Oof, that's the Dylan Mulvaney effect.
Ooh. I'm not sure I like this.
Oh dear.
What's light about it anyway?
I can't believe you actually did it to yourself.
Well, I thought I'll give it it's just for a trolling effect. Oh fuck! It's only 3.5%. You could buy this in Sweden in the supermarket.
Wow!
Did you know that about Sweden?
Wow! I did.
Yeah.
You have to go to a specific shop if it's over a certain percentage point. Yes.
That's right. Once it's over, I think it's 3.8%. Once it's over 3.8% or something like that, very close to 3.5, you can't buy it in a supermarket. So you can't buy any decent beer in a supermarket. You have to go.
And aren't they government owned as well?
Oh, it's a complete monopoly. They are government owned establishments, and they're only open at specific hours.
DW says, Bud Light, what the fuck, John? Where's the hen?
The hen's there, mate. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm just trolling you, for fuck's sake.
Trudy says she's on the Iron Brew. She's being a proper Scot. She's on the Iron Brew, John. Did you know, if you go and look at your Iron Brew, if it's the full sugar stuff, it's not full sugar anymore. They've taken half the sugar out of it and replaced it with sweeteners and just haven't told you.
No. Yes and no.
Yes.
Yes and no. Not if you go and buy the fucking 1909 recipe bottle.
But can you get that in England? I've not seen
You
that.
can get it in Scotland, because I buy one every week for Sean.
You need to get one for me and send it.
Okay, I'll send you a bottle of Iron Brew if you send my microphone back.
You left it here?
Yeah, inadvertently.
Inadvertently?
I didn't leave it as a gift, did I? Was it wrapped? Did it say "To Ben with love"? No.
It was in a nice presentation box.
In fact, I fucking tore the place apart. When I got here, I tore the place apart looking for it, didn't I?
And do you know what? We only used it as a stand for his camera as well.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we used it for. But, you know, that chair's still in that corner. It's still all the way over there.
Mm-hmm. He makes it sound like it's huge. It's like
Yes,
it's like the TARDIS, except if the TARDIS wasn't the TARDIS and was actually a police call box.
I've got about 9 foot by 7 foot of space in this summer house.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I do.
You think
I
you've
do.
got 9 foot by 7 foot, but by the time you put all the insulation in, all the foam and everything, all the shit you've got
The
around the
fake
walls, yeah, all that crap, and you've probably got like 3 by 2.
No, look, I can't touch the walls.
Yeah, but you're a dwarf, or close to.
Jesus Christ. Beach Crate says, I'm on the hard stuff. Orange, squash, and a J. He's having a nice old schmook up there.
I don't know what a J is.
Each two.
What's a
It's
J?
a joint, John.
Oh, right.
It's a joint.
Sorry, I'm not down.
It's herbal.
I'm not down
It's
with
herbal.
the kids. I'm not down with the kids, you know.
Speaking of being down with the kids aren't leaving them likes.
Come on, kids. Come on, troll room. You know better than that.
You do. You know better than that. You do know better than that. Come on now, boys and girls. Come on.
I don't like this beer. I think it's agreeing with me. I think I'm
Well,
a bit
get
old.
rid of it then. Jesus
It's
Christ.
in my glass now. I shouldn't have put it in the
Did you
glass.
see what Kid Rock? Did you see what Kid Rock did to the Bud Light?
Hmm?
Got
No.
himself out of his nice, semi-automatic rifle, stacked a load of it up, and just fucking shot it, and put the video on Twitter.
Cool. Some guy, some guy dropped them from his tour.
Probably for
as
this
a
reason.
sponsor. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, quite right. I mean, what the fuck are they thinking? You know, really, what are they thinking? And do they still own SeaWorld?
Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah.
I don't know if they are direct owners of SeaWorld and Busch Garden parks, but I think that they could still have at least a stake in them.
Because you used to be able to get free, beer
could.
when you went to those
could.
parks. It was always
Well, when you
hidden
went to
away.
SeaWorld,
It was round the corner and up a
and it
hill.
was a
but...
tiny little cup. It was a tiny little cup.
Yeah, but if you were nice to them and had a Scottish accent, they never actually limited how much you could drink.
But you know, attractions and things like that aren't cool anymore. So, well, they are cool, but they don't do cool things for their guests because they got popular. And when they get popular, they're like, well, people are coming anyway. We don't have to do as much nice stuff for people.
Yeah.
And thus that's what happens.
So do you think this is all like right? So you were going to expand on your theory about what's happening in Hollywood,
Yeah.
and when talking about stuff like this is probably the time to do it, because if you look at what the French are doing in Paris, why'd they pick on BlackRock?
Well,
But that's
because
a
of
bit
ESG.
strange. Why did they pick on BlackRock? Because are they all listening to us? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But if you don't know already, if you're listening, Monday, I don't know the actual day, but May the 9th, I will be doing my thing. I'll be going back to my old ways and live streaming directly from Central Paris. So we're going to go looking for protests. I have an actual certified Parisian tour guide leading me around. So I should be going to all of the best places. We'll be looking for protests, and we'll be looking for other things, and we'll just be generally going around the city. We'll live stream it. I think John's going to put the feed out for me, so it'll be in this format, looking like we're having a call, a conversation, but you won't see me. You'll see Paris and the protests and things like that. And if you want to make a direct donation towards that trip, then that link is down in the chat now. But yes, I hope that they're doing BlackRock while I'm there, John.
Right. Well, they've done BlackRock. Did you not see that picture? See the thumbnail.
You don't think they'll go back?
Do you see the thumbnail?
Let me just double check the thumbnail. 'Cause you
Look at
never
the
said it to
thumbnail.
me.
Right.
I'm going.
See the background to the thumbnail. That's inside BlackRock. Not outside it, inside it.
Beautiful.
So I don't think BlackRock's going to be operational when you get there, mate.
No, but you know the French are the French, and they love a good protest. They love a good riot, and I'm pretty sure that we will find some because they haven't stopped, have they? They're out daily in Paris at the moment.
Yeah, they are.
And
So the question is though, are they doing it right? Are they doing it for the right reasons? And who's organising it?
Well, actually, we'll go back to the conversation we were having with Suzanne Seddon last night, where she made a very good point that if these protests are organised and approved by the police, they're not going to do anything, are they? It's just going to be a jolly up and a march around. But these protests very much don't seem to be.
I think that was my point, actually.
But yeah, still, whatever. It was during the show.
Yeah.
Right?
Was.
But the point is, these protests were approved in London for the most part, you know, the freedom marches. These in Paris, they pop up, they're organic.
So you know how they get organised? So basically,
by telegram.
No, not even. Basically, they were all done on Twitter.
Okay.
Because when I was in France, I just used to go onto Twitter and search the hashtag because everybody knew that. You knew the hashtag. I don't know how you knew the hashtag. I mean, you just spoke to people and they would tell you what the hashtag was.
Right.
So the hashtag was at that point Manifeste, you know, Manifeste 21 or whatever. And you just checked out the hashtag and that told you when the next protest was going to be and where.
See,
and you had like a list of every city. And I mean, sometimes it was 2 or 3 pages of where your protests were going to be that Saturday.
But those protests, once again, even to, you know, the ones you went to even, they even seem to be somewhat approved because they were planned long in advance. They weren't, you know.
Yes, they were somewhat approved, but they did go off piece, like when they stormed.
Yeah, when they started throwing pictures of Macron through windows and stuff like that. Yeah, the town hall. But the point of the matter is that these protests, these are daily.
Yeah. Paris is a different
popping up. Yeah, and I'm like I said last night, I'm both looking forward to it and I'm absolutely terrified of doing this. I was actually speaking to a fellow streamer last night, Citizen Sid. I was speaking to her last night, and even she was like, "Be bloody careful! You're going to get tear gassed, essentially." But you know, once we do it,
have you ever experienced tear gas?
No, I'm fucking terrified.
No, it's not that bad. It's just like if you ever accidentally rubbed your eye after, say, cutting a chili.
Never cut a chili, John.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah, well, it's a bit like that. If you're worried about tear gas, take a pint of milk with you.
I'm going to. I've already planned to do that, and I know exactly where I'm getting it from. Don't worry. We've made some plans. Me and my guide, we have made some plans. We are going to we're going to head into central Paris. We're gonna try and find out where the protests are beforehand. We're going in probably early afternoon. We're going to go and take a look around, find some places. We'll stream the whole thing. So from the minute we get into central Paris, the stream will be live. John, you can do what you want, put it out.
If you could have a glass of wine at a roadside table while the protest is cracking off around you, that would be absolutely gold.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it. And so if you'd like to donate towards that glass of wine, then the link is paypal.me/WheelieBricks. It's just up in the chat, and I'll be putting that into a Paris war chest.
Judy said, "Is your wife concerned? Only that he might come back."
Actually, I remember I was in where was I? I was in Downing Street, and I was caught in between 2 lines of police, and I was streaming this, and people were getting hit and beaten around me, and I was getting shoved about. And my wife jumped on the Twitch stream and she's like, "Get the fuck out of there. Be careful." You know, and I'm going, I can't get out of here.
I can't move.
I'm on a mobility scooter.
I've been immobilized.
I'm stuck. Mr. Jungle Griffin says, "Are they still firing those rubber slugs straight at the protesters?" I'm unsure. I guess I'll find out.
They've moved on, at least. I mean, in the 70s, they just used to smack you in the face with a rifle butt.
Yeah. Jesus. I will wear my Chasing Dissent press coat, I think, just to be clear of what I'm doing. I might even get a little patch to put on the back of the scooter, on the back of the seat, that says press. I don't know.
Put your high vis thing on the back of your...
That's a good idea.
on the back of your scooter.
That is a good idea. So yeah, I am going. The Eurostars are booked. I am on my. I'm going to be spending a few days elsewhere first. Then I'm going into Paris to do what I'm doing. Then I'm going back to elsewhere, and then I'm coming home.
Artifact in Reality says, "Were you a journalist before COVID? What makes you think he's a journalist now?"
No, well, I was doing travel stuff.
Goggles.
I was doing travel stuff and accessibility stuff and travel for disabled people, so I could guess you could kind of call that journalism. But no, before all of this shit, I was, it all just went a bit.
Yeah, you were a blogger. I was a blogger as well.
Yeah.
I used to do a podcast and a newsletter for my local Harley chapter, of which I was a member, obviously.
That's a good idea, Andrew. I'm going to take some swimming goggles. That is a good idea. I've got a riot helmet too. That's coming with me. I bought a helmet specifically for ending up in the middle of riots. So that's coming too. You're in Scotland, John.
Yeah,
do you want to meet me at some pancake and give it to me?
No, not really.
No, not really.
Not really.
Indeed.
What I'm worried about is I have, over the last 2 weeks, messaged my mechanic a number of occasions and he has yet to respond to me.
Has he stolen your van?
I don't think so. I think what's happened is
I think
he's gone on fucking holiday. I think that's what's happened.
But he's had your van for like half a year. I think he's stolen it.
Well, yeah, I know where it is. And I've
got
got
a
spare.
Though?
Yeah, I do.
Have you got a spare key, did you say?
Yeah, I have.
Maybe it's time to go and take it back.
Repossess my van.
Yeah, maybe it's time to.
I'm getting fed up living in a fucking gym.
Well, yeah. Mr. Jungle Griffin says, "Hope you like water slides. Water slides are my favourite thing on earth, so I guess I'll be fine." Anyway,
slides.
what do you? Well, now we've got the hopefully all of the technical problems and also the talk about movies and Hollywood and all of that out of the way.
No,
In fact,
have you finished your Hollywood thing? Because you haven't really gone into it.
Well, I think Hollywood as an entity is not trying to make a concerted effort to move away from woke, and it's not trying to make a statement or anything like that. I think it's just trying to abandon it. I think it's just trying to start releasing stuff and content and movies that doesn't include this political shite, and they want to make no fanfare about it. They just want people to come back and see their films.
Well,
is what I think.
I'll give you my view if you wish.
Go on, then.
Well, my view is they want to start making fucking money again.
Yes,
and that's why they're doing this.
That is why they're doing it.
I think Netflix was the first indicator of how bad it could get when you went down the go woke, go broke route, because Netflix really suffered, and they turned it. Are they turning it around just now? Because they certainly don't seem to be as woke as they used to be.
I don't know is the answer. I mean, they're just released once again. They're not making, these studios are not making a big fanfare about it. They're just doing it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I can highly recommend the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Me and my wife.
Where the fuck is this glitter coming from? And a bit of
Bud Light.
glitter on my head.
It's come from the Bud Light, hasn't it?
Oh my god! I'm probably starting growing breasts and a vagina soon.
Well, Trudy has just discovered that she is a moderator, as is Andrew Lomax. I made you both moderators last night, and I did inform you because we expected an influx of trolls. Trudy has now discovered that she has power and is acting as if she's going to abuse that power.
With great power comes great responsibility. Wield it wisely.
Wield it wisely,
Padawan.
or it can be taken away. that's all. She says, "I wondered why I was seeing show hide stuff. I'm going to hide them all."
Don't hide them. Don't. That'll affect the algorithm. We actually want people to talk to us.
So yes, Trudy and Andrew, you were both made moderators last night. Adam's a moderator as well. We like to have a few moderators in our chat now because, you know, despite the fact that people have to be a subscriber for X amount of minutes before they can even enter the chat, you still get some arseholes. It's sensible, yeah, it's absolutely sensible. But yeah, anyway,
it's not a full moon
John,
just now, is it? Is it a full moon?
I don't know. Andrew says thank you. No, Andrew, thank you for moderating our chat for us.
Thank you for being an unpaid worker. Cheers.
Well, yeah. So anyway, John, you've got a list of stuff, of topics you want to broach?
No, I don't have an awfully big list, to be fair.
Well, we're a quarter of the way through the show already, to be fair.
Well, I mean, it's been a bit of a week, really, hasn't it?
Well, I'd say so. I'd say it's been more than a bit of a week. You know, before we do get into it, I tried to watch that Piers Morgan, Stormy Daniels 90-minute interview. Well, see, I tried to watch it. I couldn't. I just couldn't watch it.
Well, my big problem is I cannot watch Piers Morgan. The guy just makes my skin crawl. I seem to be saying this a lot. I seem to be saying this a lot these days, don't I? He makes my skin literally crawl. There's something incredibly creepy about him. I may be wrong, but
I can actually see that. But right, despite the fact he is a massive flip-flopping arsehole, right? And he is. You have to give credit where credit's due on some things. And if you've ever seen his Death Row stuff, I think that's really good. I think his Death Row stuff is really good.
I hear what you're saying, right? But this is like JHB. That's another example, right?
Oh, I'm not saying he's a good man. I'm not saying he's a good journalist. I'm just saying this one thing he did was pretty good.
Yeah, it might well be, but when overall you're a despicable, low-life scum of a human being, right? Then even making one tiny thing good still doesn't elevate you from the level of pond life that you have become. And maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but that's my view and my opinion. You are perfectly entitled to have your own.
Well, like I said, he is at least a flip-flopping arsehole. I'd like to interview him. I would love to interview because I'd like to know.
I wouldn't.
Well, you say no, but these people never get asked in an interview setting any hard questions, and I think we would be able to do that. They'd run away, but I think we'd be.
I mean, look at me. I'm a big softie. I'm a soft interviewer. Am I not?
Well.
I'm not hard on people, am I?
Well, I don't know.
Somebody accused me of being quite hard on Suzanne last night. I don't think I was.
But then I'll say this, and this is behind the scenes stuff. After Suzanne and we finished on the show, the first thing she said was that was brilliant. We were able to have a debate, have a conversation, disagree, chill out, and still have a laugh whilst doing it. And you know what? I really appreciated Suzanne coming on. I really appreciated the conversation, and it was a little bit different. And because we haven't had a guest in so long, it felt a bit different and a bit weird. And I think breaking back into that format.
I think one of the points that might have made us appear nervous was actually that at one point I was quite nervous because I thought she was going to go down a particular route that wasn't going to go well on the platform that we're on. And I wasn't worried about her or us. What I was worried about was losing the channel.
Yeah, John, that's a pint of Red Bull right there.
A pint?
That's a pint of Red Bull.
500 ml?
Pretty much 473.
Well, that's probably a pint, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much a pint of Red Bull. So
I was surprised that there wasn't any trolls because I thought we would have been inundated.
I don't think they could. I don't think they wanted to subscribe. I don't think they were. I think they were there because we got some quite peak concurrent viewers. I think they turned up, but I think they were a little bit disappointed that they couldn't
hit and run.
They couldn't. Yeah.
Couldn't hit and run.
But that's well. Let me take a quick look at something. I can see things that the general public cannot.
Red cola. Have you never had red cola, Ben?
No, never.
Oh
Actually,
my God. Red cola was.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, go on.
So I'm looking at the metrics from last night's show, and only 2 dislikes.
Yeah, so I don't think they turned up.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, dislikes have not actually been turned off, right? You can't see them,
Yeah,
but we
they're
can.
still there. Yeah.
They're still there.
And we
but
always, we nearly always get a dislike on every show that we put out.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, 1 dislike there, 1 dislike there, 1 dislike there, 1 Yeah, it's usually just Oh, actually, there's one here, the Jack the Ripper one. That's 27 likes to 0 dislikes.
Ah, but that's an Ed one.
Yeah.
He gets a pass for some reason.
Yes.
So the one person that dislikes every one of our shows, and I think it's Harold, right? So the one person that dislikes every one of our shows gives Ed a pass. It's either Harold or Adam.
Or it's Ed, and he watches the shows, and he dislikes them.
And then it's not me. You know I'm only joshing you, mate. Where were you last night?
Yeah, well, no offense, but I'm glad nobody else turned up last night because then it would have stuck us in Team Rumble.
Oh yeah, that's true. We don't do Team Rumble. We went good last night. Rumble.
No, we'll be better tonight though.
Will we?
11 till midnight. Yes, we will. We will be better tonight because. Do you know why, John?
Why?
Because I'd have had a pint of Red Bull.
Oh jeez.
Harold says he was out last night. He goes out into the human world.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Andrew Lomek says kangaroo court. It needs salting. Can we have some context? There's a lot of kangaroo courting going on right now. Donald Trump, obviously the main one.
Well, that's number 1 on my list. What about the old Trumper? So, right.
Well,
see, that's all. Wales, what's her name? What's his bird's name? Ivana?
Ivanka's his daughter.
No, what's
She's
his
daughter.
What's his wife?
Melania.
Melania. Where's Melania?
Melania.
And Ivanka. Because they've kind of...
I'll tell you...
They've not appeared at all, have they?
Melania's just hiding somewhere going, Donald, we need to go back to my home. Donald, we need to get out of here before you get arrested, Donald.
Or do you think Melania's going, Donald, you fucked her. And I know you did. And I'm pissed off.
I'm going to say something. This might sound pretty controversial.
Go for it. I like controversy.
I don't think he did.
Honestly, he always comes across as a big kind of Christian, doesn't he? You know, family morals and all that. I mean, he doesn't drink, does he?
No, he doesn't
See,
drink.
I find it very, very difficult to trust a man that doesn't drink.
I drink sometimes. I just get really pissed really easy.
It wasn't aimed at you. It's aimed at Donald Trump.
Of course it was, you prick. Of course it was.
Not everything's about you, Ben. Not everything's about you. Told you this before. Not everything's a conspiracy theory, Adam, and not everything's about you, Ben. Oh my God, they're getting behind the scenes tonight, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Now you know what our meetings are like.
Adam says Melania's having work done.
Did Melania need work? See, I don't think Melania needs... See, this is the problem. In fact,
but how much has she already had done?
Yeah, but well, has she or hasn't she? Right? I mean, if you got a good, if you've got a good plastic, right? Okay, if you got a good plastic surgeon, fair enough, right? You look at what's on the Victoria Principal.
No idea who that is.
Pam Ewing from Dallas, right?
Right.
So she married one of Hollywood's top plastic surgeons.
Yeah.
And you can't tell. You don't have a fucking clue. Because the guy is so good, and she looks perfectly natural, but shouldn't at that age, okay? So,
Okay.
really good guys are really good at it, and if you pay the money, you'll get the best deal, right?
Yeah.
But the question is, do you really want to? I mean, look at fucking Madonna, because who the fuck is doing her work? Some guy in Mexico? I mean, really? Who is doing her work? Because it's not good work.
I honestly think that sometimes when I look at her, she's doing it herself. She's got one of them plastic surgery for dummies books, and she's just doing it in the damn mirror.
And what's going on with Carol Voderman? Who's doing her work?
I mean, you know, say what you will about Alex Spellfield.
Right, so Carol Voderman, right, appears to be on the journey to becoming a bouncy castle.
Yes, I was going to say what you will about Alex Spellfield. His character, Carol Vordernorks, was fucking spot on, wasn't it?
It was, Spot
on.
But that's where she seems to be going. She's becoming a bouncy castle.
And then she's like, oh, don't look. There's nothing else to fucking look at, Carol. There's nothing else to look at.
But why do people want to do this? I mean...
Do you reckon if she went up in the Red Arrows now, they'd pop?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember that song? I think it was Stereophonics, Handbags and the Glad Rags. Mm-hmm. There's a line in that sums it all up.
Go for it.
That one that goes on about there's nothing worse than a young girl, or what is it? A young girl trying to... Oh, I can't remember exactly what it is, but there's a line in that sums the whole thing up exactly.
I'm going to get the lyrics up for you, John. I'm going to do it properly.
But yeah.
Ever seen a young girl growing old trying to make herself a bride?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Mm.
It just kind of sums it up, you know, and it's sad. I think it's sad. It's sad because we all get old, and, you know, really, what else can you do but embrace it?
And the reason I would say embrace it, because it's a sign of the fact that you've lived. It's a sign of the fact that you've experienced life. It's a sign of the fact that you've experienced the world. No.
Yeah.
And people like Vorderman, people like Madonna, these people that can afford all this plastic surgery have experienced more than most, and they will do. And like you said, they should embrace it. They should embrace growing old. It's nothing to be ashamed of. We all grow old. We all die. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have to accept that. I know everybody's fearful of death. Clearly, everybody's fearful of death. Well, the last 3 years wouldn't have happened. But we need to get to a point, I think, in society where we just embrace all of this. We embrace our age. We embrace our death, even, right? Because I've already decided. There's a song by Real Big Fish. It's called Another FU Song, and it's just fuck you over again, basically. And that's what I want played at my funeral. I'm going to troll everyone.
Oh, why was
I'm going to troll everyone?
Why do you want to put people through that?
Because, you know, I get to be an asshole one more time before I go out.
Okay. Speaking of arseholes, what do you make of the Murrells?
The Murrells. I'm like, where's Nicola? It's the real question.
Well, where is Nicola, right? Because
where is she?
So,
Nicola, where are you?
To kind of give it a little bit of a spin. Apparently, plainclothes, grim-faced. It's always grim-faced. Grim-faced plainclothes detectives turned up in an unmarked car at 7:30. Outside the premises.
And waited for Nicola to leave.
Waited for Nicola to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then the mob turned up at 8:30 and they went in.
Nicola knew they were coming. I'm sorry. That's my personal opinion. She fucking knew it. She's probably going, well, this is my chance to finally get rid of him and run off with Gladys.
Yes. Right. You know what? I think everybody fucking knew they were coming, including Hamza. Hamza useless.
Have you seen there have been calls to rerun the leadership election at this point from within the party?
It's worse than that. Have you seen the ones that are fundraising
No.
to pay for Peter's defence?
I want to know what's in the fucking garden.
No, I want to know what's in the fucking drink that they give SNP members, because these people are so freaking loyal. How do you get people that are that loyal? I mean, these
I
people,
don't know.
These people are the kind of people that would lie down in a puddle to avoid you getting your shoes wet when you step out your car. That's the kind of people that we're dealing with here. These people are completely fucking off their absolute trolley. I mean, don't get me wrong, when I was younger, when I was a young man, right? I
You were a young man.
Yeah, well, I was at one point. But, you know, I thought maybe independence might have been a good thing. You know, I was a proud Scotsman, you know, I loved my country. And then reality started to hit me slowly but surely. And I thought, why the fuck am I sticking up for a country that does fuck all for me? You know?
Well, exactly.
And eventually I became the bitter and twisted old cunt that I am now.
And he really is a bitter and twisted old C word. Yes,
Do
he
you know,
is.
did I tell you that I'd snogged Jim Sellers' daughter?
Ha.
And he was the leader of the SNP at the time.
Ha.
Ha!
Ha. So there you go, Jim Sellers, if you're watching, breaking news. This person
reprobate.
snogged your daughter.
Julie.
Didn't Russell Brand get like censured and kicked off the radio for calling up the guy that played Manuel and being like, "Ah, screwed your granddaughter"?
Yeah, he did. Well, I think he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Jonathan
And they-
Ross not involved as well?
Jonathan
Jonathan
Ross.
Was.
Russell. Hello, John. It's me, Wibbly Wobbly Wossy. Jonathan was. Yeah, Jonathan was. The BBC made a big thing of that for months, says Harold.
No,
yeah,
the BBC never reported me snogging Julie.
Oh dear. Yeah, it was Andrew Sachs. That's right, Andrew.
Yeah, it was Andrew Sachs. Yeah.
It was Andrew Sachs. They called him up and they were like, "Oh, it's me, Russell Brand. Guess what? I slept with your granddaughter. Yes, I did. It was really, really, really shit."
That's not very nice, though.
I know.
I mean,
I know.
at least I'm only saying snogged.
Could you say more?
No. I'm a gentleman. A gentleman never heard tales. Never.
A gentleman never. You, a fucking gentleman.
Fucking more a gentleman than you, you big ponce. Don't look all offended. Don't look all offended.
Oh. I am offended.
No.
Do you know what? John
mate?
says something. John says something in our group chat on a daily basis that just upsets me, and he does it on purpose. He's looking for that reaction, and he does
What was it
all
today?
the time. What was it today?
I don't
Was
know.
it the fat picture? Or was that yesterday?
I still think.
Tell him what you did, John. Tell him what you did.
I was going through my old Twitter account, the one that was banned, right? And I found this picture of us near the start. Or in fact, I found a picture of Ben when he was actually in the shed, I think. Was it in the shed?
I believe. Well, no, I think it was when I just started in here because I was still wearing a Dissent Media shirt.
Oh, were you? Right. So it was one of our very, very early ones, right? Or one of Ben's solos, right? But he was very chubby. And I just posted it and said, "Hey, fatty."
He did. Fucking fat shamed me. Just fuck it. I mean, no self-awareness at all whilst doing it, John. But
Well, why would I need to be self-aware? I'm just stating facts.
Because you're a fat bastard, John.
Yeah, but exactly, and that's how I can get away with it. Because if I'm
That's
fat,
how you
I
can
can
get away
call
with
other
it.
people fat. Because they can come
Well,
back at me and go, well, you're no slim chicken yourself. And I can say, you're correct, sir. And that's how I know, because it takes one to know one, you fat bastard.
I mean, to be fair, I do have about 2 of my faces in that picture.
Yeah, I was surprised. I don't remember you ever looking like that, to be fair.
Yeah, well, yeah, I did used to fat shame myself, DW. I used to stick up a picture of when I was 23 stone 9 and just look at it and go, you fat cunt. Right? I used to do that all the. That's how I lost weight. I put weight back on, but nowhere near where I was.
I'm having a roast dinner on Sunday. Not pork.
So am I.
I'm not having pork, not like Hamza.
Well, it was.
And then
I want to thank everybody, actually.
And then I'm going.
I want to
a
thank
diet.
everybody. I want to thank everybody that's wished my wonderful grandmother a happy 78th birthday today.
Happy birthday.
She saw all of your messages on Twitter.
I don't think
and she's
sent
really
her a
thankful
message.
as well.
Who were you meant to message?
What do you mean?
Well, you said, can you message, or you said something like, I'd like to see 78 messages for, what's her name, Sheila or whatever her name
78
is.
happy birthdays.
Yeah, but who
On
were
the-
you
on the
meant to
tweet.
message?
What do you mean? Sheila, my nan.
Well,
Happy
but
birthday,
you didn't
Sheila.
put a link into her.
Well, no, because I just showed it to her. She was sitting with me.
Fuck. Oh, well, I didn't.
She was
message her.
sitting with me. It was there. She was right there. She was reading them.
Give her a happy birthday from me.
Jesus Christ. I'm sending her to Tesco's in the morning because lamb legs are half price. So I've sent her on a mission. Get a lamb leg.
Well, I went in to get a lamb leg in Morrison's and they're all gone.
They're half price in Tesco and they got loads of them down in my local Tesco.
Okay.
So I would check there if I were you. Have a club card handy, obviously, because they do you in Tesco's. You don't get a deal unless you got the card.
I'll send a message
and
to the wife.
He's sending a message to the wife right now.
No,
Just,
I'll do it tomorrow.
hey, get the fucking lamb.
Get to Tesco. The lamb legs are half price.
Yeah,
Says
get
Ben.
to Tesco. The lamb legs are half price away. And so is beef. Lamb and beef are half price at the moment in Tesco.
So, what do you make of this whole Donald Trump thing? I mean, I came out with some pretty wild theories last Friday.
You did. You thought he was orchestrating it.
Well, I said it was a possibility.
In fact, she does have a social account, DW, just not on Twitter, but she is on social media.
Oh,
I will
Jesus.
say that.
She's on Facebook, isn't she?
Yeah, she's on Facebook, yeah.
The garage sale.
Yeah.
Right. So, what about Trump? Let's get back into it.
Well, I don't think he's behind it, but from what I did watch of that fucking interview, between me and the wife tried to watch it today, the Stormy Daniels interview with Piers Morgan.
Did you not try and watch it last night as well?
Well, no, we tried to watch it this morning properly because we had some time, and we're sitting with Nan and she's doing her thing, and so I stick it on, and I just cannot stand the woman's voice. Even whether or not you can stand Piers, Stormy Daniels' voice is like fucking nails on a chalkboard. It's awful. Try listening to 90 minutes of that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look, he's put me big screen and everything. He's fucked off. He's... Right. We can't... This can't keep happening. This can't keep happening. He needs to go and empty his bladder, shall we say, before the show starts. I know he's an old boy. I know he's getting on. I know he's pushing 104. But come on. This is every single goddamn show, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Friday nights especially. And it's because he's drinking. It's because he's drinking that Bud Light shite. It's going straight through him. You know, it's the Dylan Mulvaney effect, as we say. But, yeah, you've got me now. You've got me just for a couple minutes all to yourselves. And don't I look wonderful? Yes, I do. Because I work on this. quite heavily from day to day, because I need to look good for you, because look what we've got to contend with over on the other side. I'm joking, by the way. I'm joking. He looks absolutely wonderful. I can see some suggestions in the chat there. Harold saying, get him a pea bucket. Andrew Lomax saying, send him some tenner men. That's a good shout, right? We could crowdfund for that. We could crowdfund some tenner for John. DW says, I get up so many times during the night. Adam says, Paul from S Club 7 has died unexpectedly. I've seen the news there. And do you know what? It's sad. It's sad that another person has died. I think he was 46 years of age, but we don't know what he died from. We don't, and we can't make assumptions. We really can't. Oh, look, he's back. He's back.
I think it's that Bud Light stuff. I haven't had to do that for ages.
Do you know what? I've just told them exactly that. I've just said that Bud Light's gone straight through you. It's the fucking Dylan Mulvaney effect. That's what I said.
Maybe it's his piss. It did taste a bit dodgy.
You know, I said it on Wednesday night, and I'm going to say it again. And there's actually a clip of me saying it out on Twitter. Dylan Mulvaney is a troll. Dylan Mulvaney does not believe that Dylan Mulvaney is a woman. Doesn't believe it. This is all one big ploy to make this. It's to make money. It's the biggest grift I've ever seen. You know what? People dare call us grifters because we make about £7 a month each on fucking Patreon, right?
Don't even know if it's
Dylan Mulvaney is a multi-millionaire because of this grift. And it's a troll, it's a grift. Yeah, he's had some feminization surgery on his face. Okay, I'll give him that. So he's dedicated. He's dedicated to the cause. But Mr. Mulvaney has decided to do this for nothing more than money. I said it before. He's done it because he was an actor in shows, not in TV shows or films.
Yeah.
So stage shows, it all shut down. He needed a new income, so he decided to do his Days of Girlhood. That's all this is. And I never want to speak about him again.
Okay.
Never.
Done. Okay. Paul Catterholm, I think it is, from S Club 7, has died suddenly.
Yep. Yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah, but there's. I don't really want to opine because we don't know what he's died from.
No,
we don't know.
Well, I'm assuming, right, and this is just an assumption, but I'm assuming that he wasn't in particularly bad health or anything because they were actually getting together to do a kind of reunion show.
Yeah, well, they've S Club. They call themselves S Club Party. Actually, have been touring forever. So a bunch of them have never stopped touring. Not the full 7, but a bunch of them.
Yeah, but I think they were all getting together
Party.
to be S Club 7.
That would have been an experience.
I
will say that would. Oh, not again.
You do keep pausing. Does he keep pausing people, or is it just me?
I can see myself, and it seems to be all right. I can see the show.
It's all right just now. Yeah, the show's fine. The show's dropped 0 frames.
Adam says climate change must have had something to do with his death. Well, I don't think we'll ever know, to be honest. Like Trudy said, it could be suicide. We just don't know. And you know what? It pisses me off. And people, I don't care if you don't like me for saying this, but we need to stop assuming everything is what. We need to stop this because all you ever see now on Twitter, if somebody has died, is, oh, look, they must have had their what. Now, it could well be.
Okay. Yes and no. Okay? Because I think it would be remiss of you to say, let's just move on. Because... How can you account for all the sporting figures that have died?
No, that's not what I said.
No,
that's not what I said.
Hold on.
Move on.
Let me finish, right? How can you account for all the sporting figures that have died well in excess of previous years, right?
Oh, absolutely, you're right.
How can you account for the current excess death level that's running above the norm consistently in almost all the countries in the world.
Well, in this country, you know, there are several factors, including some people are getting a letter saying you can have your operation in 7 years.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I accept that, but excess deaths are running high everywhere. Okay?
Yes.
Now, even in France, where, to be fair, the medical profession didn't really dip that much, because the French being the French, being all hypochondriacs, they kept the fucking medical thing going anyway. But they're even them and the Germans are running. I mean, the French have got something like 4 times the hospital beds that we have, and yet they've got a smaller population. That's why people don't die as quickly in France. It's nothing to do with the fact that they eat cheese and wine, because we eat cheese and wine, right? But it's the fact that their healthcare is healthcare.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, but all I'm saying is let's not move on, and let's not factor this thing out. Absolutely not. But I'm so sick of seeing every time someone dies. I mean, someone died of cancer the other day, and people were tweeting it out like they died of the you-know-what. They died of fucking cancer. They died of a long battle with cancer, and they finally lost their battle with cancer.
Okay.
I'm just sick.
Was it a long battle? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but then you got to remember there are people that seem to be getting very fast-acting and prevalent cancers.
I agree. Right?
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. So I can't give you an answer. But
all I'm asking for is a bit of balance, right? And that balance does not rule out the you-know-what, because I think it has been I think the you-know-what has been a big problem. I think there has been a much bigger problem than what's being freely admitted, obviously.
Maybe we should go and ask some funeral directors what's going on.
Maybe we should do, right? Because
I spoke to funeral directors the first time round, and they told me nothing was going on. Before the treatments, right? They told me nothing was going on. There was no problem.
Yeah.
You know, nobody was off that. You know what I mean? So maybe it's worth speaking to funeral directors.
And you know what? That would be a Rumble exclusive if we did, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and if you go to the link I'm just chucking in the chat directly at the bottom, rumble.com/e/Chasing Dissent official, you can go and subscribe to us on Rumble, because there will be some Rumble exclusive videos, because there will be some topics that we can't talk about. In fact, there's a new YouTube policy that's really starting to worry me. It's saying that you can't link to content that doesn't abide the YouTube policies. So if you link out to content that doesn't, and that's why I'm only linking to the channel. I'm never going to link directly to content on Rumble, because if there is anything exclusive, you're going to have to go find it yourselves. Because if we put a direct link to it, YouTube are going to have a go at you, John. It's
I don't link anything to YouTube.
No, I mean, there is a link to the channel.
I don't link anything from YouTube.
No, but if you link it in your own chats.
What do you mean, my own chats?
Right, so you see our chat, right?
If we were to put a live chat here?
Yeah, if we were to put a link to a video that violated YouTube's terms of service on platform.
I don't do that. I don't put links in chat.
No, we don't. Well, there is a link in the
you
chat
just
to the Rumble channel. Yes, to the Rumble channel, which is fine.
Okay.
Right? The channel is fine. You just can't link to specific content. Mm-hmm. So it's very convoluted. It's very complicated, as it always is. But what I will say is this: I pioneered the speaking to the injured. I was the first person to put out interviews with people injured by the you-know-what. I've got people like Spencer. Spencer is a big fan of this channel and a personal friend of mine, because he saw those interviews with those people who are injured. Obviously, my format was taken by other people, and that's fine. But those sorts of videos, unfortunately, are not things we can put here on John's channel. They're just not. It's unfortunate because it's truth. It's people just telling you what they have experienced. But for some reason, YouTube don't want you to hear what other people have experienced. And that worries me.
But it's not just YouTube.
No, but you could put those videos on Twitter. You could put them
now.
there.
You couldn't have put those videos on Twitter before Elon Musk bought it.
No, but I would say this: if we were going to do such videos and we were going to limit them to, I think it's 10 minutes at the moment. They're gonna take it up to 60 minutes availability for putting up. But if we were going to make videos of that sort, I would post them directly on Twitter as well.
And yet,
you could just view them.
Twitter's a flawed and deeply fucking unsatisfactory platform for video at the moment.
Yeah, well, they keep promising. I mean, I'm
The
I'm not
return
going to
of
say.
Periscope would be a starter.
Yeah, it would. I mean, I'm not going to say. Well, I mean, we're technically using the Periscope platform right
Yes,
now.
I know, but
it's still there.
turn it back on
But
properly.
Yeah, I agree, because you can still use, as long as you've got the RTMP settings, you can still use the Periscope platform. We are using it right now. We are live on my Twitter account right now, right? And it is the Periscope platform being used to do that. But turn back on Periscope, and if people really want this shit, these 12-second dances and stuff like that you see on TikTok, turn back on Vine, Twitter-owned Vine.
Yeah,
I tell you, turn back on Vine, and that's it. TikTok's done.
Is it just me? Is it because I'm old, right? But I hate TikTok.
I don't think it is just you, because we have a TikTok channel with over 8,000 followers, but at the end of the day, I don't post to it.
I loathe TikTok, right? When you see the people that take TikTok videos and put them on YouTube, those people are loathsome individuals.
Well, that's what YouTube Shorts is, John. That is just TikTok. It's repackaged.
It isn't, right? TikTok videos seem to appeal to a particularly ill part of the human psyche. And have you seen those 3 guys that do these dances?
No.
Oh my God, there are 3 like middle-aged men. I don't know. One of them's middle-aged anyway, right? But they dance. And I'm thinking, you're a grown man.
Am I a middle-aged man?
What the fuck are you actually thinking when you do this?
Am I a middle-aged man?
Yeah, probably, mate.
Would I get away with doing the whole?
In mindset, no. Well, not in my view, because you'd look like a fucking dick.
I know,
and I don't understand. I don't understand why people want to put themselves up there for ridicule, because
money,
clicks and giggles, fair enough, but
it's money.
There's got to be a better way than being a complete exhibitionist dork. I mean, it's the cult of Mulvaney, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's
the same
money,
thing. It's all the cult of exposure. You need to look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Yeah, but what are we doing right now? Just because we're not dancing, we want people to come and.
No, I know what you're saying, right? And I can understand that there is a bit of that, right? But in real terms, we're doing more of a kind of public service, I think.
We are,
I think, because we're keeping people grounded. We're giving them proper information, right? When we're wrong, we tell them we're wrong. When we're right, we fucking rub it in their face. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I think we're actually performing the functions of a proper news channel, just with
trying to make people laugh.
Yeah. Well, just with a bit of laughter, a bit of chill, a bit of turn it down a bit of reality, if you will. Without all the pomp and circumstance of the BBC and today on Good Friday we had that kind of shit. So I think we're giving people real information. That's what I think. I might be wrong. I mean, if I'm wrong, people tell me I'm wrong. And
why is Tel Aviv trending?
Give up? What? Why is what?
Tel Aviv is trending.
They're probably gone fucking. Well, it's Passover, isn't it? So the Israelis will have done something.
So breaking. The person killed in the Tel Aviv terror attack was an Italian tourist. 6 people have also been injured in the attack after a vehicle hit pedestrians on the promenade.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so there's been a terror attack in Tel Aviv, ladies and gentlemen. That's Israel, for those who do not know. That's terrible. I don't care. I don't care who did it.
I'd love to talk about
it.
I'd love to talk about it, but you can't, right? Because you can't really discuss that group of people because they are sacrosanct and you cannot say anything good or bad about them, really, without getting castigated from either end, right? So I'm just not even going to fucking talk about them. And you know what? It doesn't even matter what channel you start talking about them on, because if you start talking about that group of people that are protected worldwide, you know,
there are many groups of people that are protected worldwide.
No, there aren't. There aren't. Not like this group.
But
this
at
group
the end
of
of the
people
day,
are fucking sacrosanct. You can't say anything against them.
do you know what? I think it's time for another troll poll, right?
Go on.
I want to know. Do you think we're more informative and entertaining than the mainstream media?
Troll poll. Troll poll.
Come on, John. Troll poll.
Okay.
Are we more informative and entertaining than the mainstream media?
End poll.
And
right. The other one ended and yes was the answer.
Oh yeah. Well, so people only 14 votes. I'm quite disappointed. But,
right. Troll
but there
poll.
we go. Right. Have you got it? Is it in there?
Nearly. Fucking hell.
No, nearly.
I'm a touch typist.
Time for a troll poll. You know, while he's doing it, shall I entertain them with the Black Gary song?
It's done.
I was gonna put.
No, don't start a Black Gary song because we don't have a Black Gary story, so don't bother, right? So anyway, here's a joke for you while you're waiting, right? What have the Black Eyed Peas and Manchester United got in common?
Go for it.
They've both been a bit shit since Fergie left. So the 92% of the people in the troll poll, even though there was only 14, said yes, more visitors. Trudy Stringer says, my hot flushes are ruining my life. Just thought I'd share that with you all. Thank you, Trudy, for sharing. Tough shit.
So 12% of the people that are voting in the current troll poll have said, no, we're not better than the mainstream.
Excellent. I like that.
Excellent. I like that.
That's
like
good.
that.
That's good to know.
That's probably Harold.
It'll be Harold in DW.
It'll be Harold. You rascal, you.
No, it'll be Vaughn. It'll be fucking Vaughn.
It will be. It will be. He'll be going, oh, I'm sitting here watching them having a chat, and all I want to say to him is, we got this, boys.
No, I'm
boys.
I'm not being nasty to you, Trudy. I'm just saying it's shit, but that's what happens, you know? You just got to get through it. You just got to work it.
Work it, baby.
Yeah, you got to work it. You got to work through it.
Hey, look, Vaughn's back. He's heard himself. He's heard himself being spoke about.
or more likely, fucking Shalini's gone, Vaughn, they're slagging you.
They're slagging you, Vaughan.
They're slagging you. They're slagging you, Vaughn.
They're slagging you.
To be sure.
If you don't go and defend yourself, you won't get the pot of gold at the end of the
Vaughn, give me the potatoes.
Shalini, I absolutely adore you, by the way. I'm just saying that.
Give me the potatoes.
Give me the taters. Give me the taters, John.
Do you know that most of the people in Northern Ireland are actually of Scottish descent? Because the British shipped...
Did you know?
The British shipped a bunch over to try and dilute the Catholic population.
Did you know, John? Did you know that you can do lots with taters? You can boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Oh, dear. Vaughan, that's not very nice. He says hot flushes are God's punishment for women's sins against man. I think we should. I think we should covet women, Paul.
I have no comment. I can't. I don't know either way. You can shut it, Vaughn. No, it's not. It's not
I love
potato.
women.
It's tato. It's like this.
Yeah.
Hold on. Tato. It's the tatoes. The tatoes.
Yeah. Have you had the Tato crisps that spelled like that? Have you ever
Yeah.
tried them? You can get them in home bargains here in England. They're pretty good. Tato crisps. And did you know Tato have a theme park? They have a theme park called Tato Park.
Yeah.
They do. And do you know what? Now
Have you
that
been
we
there?
said that,
Why have you not?
I would love to go there.
Maybe
I've
should
never
do
been
that.
there.
Maybe we should try and do
I
that
think
over
we
the
should-
summer. Go to Tato's.
What, go to Tato Park?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. Who would like to come with us to Tato Park? Would anybody like to the Chasing Dissent meetup, Tato Park? Sounds good.
Doesn't it? Oh,
Harold
right.
says he'll come.
Cool. Right, where are we? What were we talking about?
Oh,
Did we
fuck
ever
you,
get
I
to the
know.
bottom of Trump? Did we
No,
decide
I
what was
don't
going
think-
on?
We know what's going on: political persecution and election interference.
Yeah, but by whom?
Alvin Bragg.
Or Donald Trump?
Yeah, but we've got to protest that the buck stops at this point in time with Alvin Bragg, because Alvin Bragg is the one
Yeah,
that's giving
it
the press
does.
conferences. Remember, he said that he's done these things to facilitate another crime, which makes them felonies. But when asked what the other fucking crime was, it's not in the indictment, and Alvin Bragg doesn't seem to want to tell us.
The indictment's
So-
full of shit. It's a mishmash
can't-
of nothing.
It's the same thing, cut and paste 34 times
It's
with this
nothing, it's
lie
a-
built into it.
It's a mishmash of nothing. It really is. I mean, they're going to get nowhere. Pardon me?
You know why they've done it, don't you? They've done it to try and stop him running for president again. And you will see some of the, I would say, whilst they're decrying it publicly, in private, there'll be some, hardline Republicans who are, yeah, let's get him because we don't want him running. Because the Republican Party, for the most part, pretty much fucking hate him.
Well, they didn't
might
want him
be the
running
fir-
in the first place. The thing
No.
is, he came out of nowhere, right? He was the little boy in the Emperor's New Clothes.
Yeah,
He was the little boy that said the Emperor's not wearing any clothes, right?
yeah.
And he's taken them all by surprise, and he took them by surprise, and he got away with it, and he got his first term, and he should have had his second term. There was no reason for him not to get it. I firmly believe.
Just don't understand.
I firmly believe the election was stolen from him. Right? I think the whole thing was a setup.
You can't say that. on this platform.
I personally, right, think the whole thing was a setup. Right, but that's just a personal opinion. Okay.
Okay. Well, I won't give a personal opinion, but I will leave you with this note. What I will say is I struggle to find out. I struggle to come to terms with the fact that he had more votes as a sitting president for his second term than any other president in history, and that's a fact. More people voted for him.
For Joe Biden. Yeah.
Well, no, for Donald Trump.
No, more people voted for. Yeah, but more people voted for Joe Biden than ever voted for anyone in history when he won.
Yeah, but
in 2020.
yes. And let's face it, Joe Biden was doing rallies to 6 people standing in circles, and then at 11 a.m. he was cutting off any kind of campaigning. I just don't understand how what was essentially a walking corpse managed to get more votes than anyone in history. I don't get it, but I'll leave it up to you to decide whether or not you think he did get those votes. That's you to decide. I'm just telling you what I do and don't understand. And I don't understand how a sitting president who got more re-election votes than any other president in history was beaten by a walking corpse. That's what I don't understand.
Me
So
neither.
you decide.
Yeah.
Maybe
okay.
don't put it in the chat, but you decide.
So what's going on in Saudi Arabia?
You tell me what's going on in Saudi
I'll
Arabia.
tell you what's going on in Saudi Arabia. Since Xi Jinping visited Saudi Arabia and had a chat with them and Iran, okay, they've kissed and made up. Now, Do not underestimate the diplomacy that has been involved here, because Saudi Arabia and Iran are two different arms of Islam. One's Sunni and one's Shiite. And they hate each other. It's like Catholics and Protestants in Scotland.
Absolutely.
Or Ireland, right? They hate each other, okay?
Yep.
And they've kissed and made up. They're going to put embassies in each other's place again, and they've resumed flights to each other's country.
That's good, maybe.
Well, yeah. Well, it's good for stability in the Middle East, because let's face it, Team America World Police has never established any kind of stability in the Middle East. They may have installed freedom, but at a price for the country that it was installed in, and certainly not installing any stability, right?
Absolutely.
Now, the other thing Saudi Arabia has now agreed to do is to stop fighting Yemen.
But this is interesting.
So, do you remember America, the United States of America, Team America World Police? They were providing military assistance and weapons to Saudi Arabia to help them in their fight against Yemen.
Well, now Saudi Arabia is not going to need those arms if this fighting is going to stop.
Well, they're going to stop bombing Yemen, okay? Which is good for the Yemenis, because then that will stop killing civilians, which they have been killing, right? So it's a good thing. So it's even a little more bit of stability in the region. And then what happened 2 days ago? A Russian warship docked in Jeddah at the invitation of the Saudi Arabian government. Now, that's the first time a Russian warship has docked in Saudi Arabia since I don't know when, right? But Saudi Arabia is no longer looking like, the friend of the United States of America, is it?
Well, certainly it's looking like it wants to find friends elsewhere, shall we say. Certainly it's looking perhaps for new suppliers. Apparently all the Russians have now gone to Dubai, according to Mr. Jungle Griffin.
Yeah, okay. He's being facetious, but it's okay. We'll let him off with that. But yeah, so big moves there. And then what's India doing? And this is part of what we already pointed out that China was doing with the gas, right? Yep. Because remember, China was taking Russian gas, putting it in LNG carriers, then shipping it into Europe. And now India is selling Russian oil to the EU. So, everybody wins. Russia gets to sell their oil, India gets a cut, China gets a cut on the gas, and the EU pays through the fucking nose because they're a bunch of dicks. Yeah. Okay, but they're all a bunch of dicks, as you say, because but the EU are a bunch of dicks more than anyone else, right?
Okay.
I mean, but let's face it, right? What is the EU? An unelected fucking trading bloc that rules over what, 20? How many countries is it now? It used to be 23 or something, but it must be like 30 odd.
I don't know how many countries. I don't care.
But it rules over them with basically a fucking iron fist, not a velvet glove. It
does, and that's not what people say. Oh, we voted to join the EU. No, we fucking didn't.
No, we didn't.
We voted to join
we voted to join the common market.
Yeah, with the EEC, the European Economic Community.
It wasn't even that at the time. I think it was the common market.
But the EU, as it stands, as in its current, I guess I'm going to say autocratic form, formed in the early 90s. It formed.
As effectively an unelected dictatorship.
Well, it's all of Europe under one flag with Germany at the head. I'll leave you to...
If you think Germany lost the Second World War, you might be wrong.
Well, I will leave people to make their own decision about that. But all of Europe under one flag with Germany at the head. That's all I will say. And it was not intended to be that way. It was intended to be just a trading community, a trading bloc. And whilst we're talking about Europe, I don't want to do what we did the other day and forget to talk about what's on the actual thumbnail, right? So while we're talking about the EU, while we're talking about China, what's old Macron managed to achieve during his visit?
Well, he slipped away from his country, which is in turmoil. So one has to question his leadership to start with there, because if your country is in such a state that it's actually being reported on mainstream media that, you know, there are riots and things, and they're showing you pictures of BlackRock getting burnt and, you know, fires in the streets, motorways being stopped. You're seeing all this information about the turmoil that's in France, and you think it's quite appropriate to fuck off to China. Really? Really? Do you? If you were the leader of France, would you do that? Would you do that?
Well, he went to see Xi, and he went to see
I know,
Xi.
but your country, right, you're the leader of France, okay?
Oh, Jesus.
Right, so you are the leader of France at this moment in time.
I am the leader of France.
Right, you see what's going on in your own country, and you've got a scheduled visit to China. Are you going to go or are you going to put it off?
I'm going to put it off because I want to try and either resign, which I think he should do gracefully,
or stabilize the situation,
or try and stabilize the situation by bringing these people to the table, right? And negotiating, because at the end of the day, it is something that he did. It's something that he did, undemocratically, that has set this situation off, that has sparked this situation. So he's lit the fuse, and then he's fucked off, and he's let. But the thing is, what gets me is everybody can see that he has no control of this situation. He's not taking charge. He's not trying to get the situation under control, and he thinks he's going to go to the leader of China and say, "You do as I say." He thinks he's going to get away with that. Leader of China, Xi Jinping's looking at him going, "You can't even get your own country. You can't even get your house in order. You don't tell me what to do." That's basically what's gone on here.
Yeah. I mean,
he went to negotiate from a position of weakness.
Right. You got to understand the Asian psyche, okay? So the Asian psyche, it's all about face.
Of course.
Right, so how can Macron go in there and tell Xi Jinping to do anything? Right? How can he...
In his own country.
Exactly. How can he tell him to do anything? How can he even persuade him to do anything? Because...
He can't.
How you know, he has no... Like you say, he has no power. He has no strength. He is negotiating... No. He's negotiating from a position of being nothing.
Yeah, and he's walked into, like you say, he's walked into Xi Jinping's house.
Yeah.
He's a guest in Xi Jinping's house. Nobody's going to walk into my house and fucking tell me what to do. Right?
But
I'm not even a leader.
And before anyone says, I'm not a fucking Putin apologist, right? But Putin, while he may well be a thug, is the most dangerous of thugs because he's a smart thug. Right? So what does Putin do? Xi Jinping goes to see him. He
invites him.
Putin's house, right? They're on equal terms, if not slightly higher terms for the shorter guy, who is Putin, by the way.
That still gets me that Xi Jinping is actually tall.
See, you've got to remember though, China's a fucking huge country as well, and the northern Chinese, where Xi Jinping comes from, right?
Do you know?
Tend to be quite tall.
Hong Kong, Shanghai, Beijing. These are places I desperately want to see. These are these are people that I desperately want to meet. You know, the locals, the citizens, and things like that.
Hong Kong.
But whilst the Chinese Communist Party is in charge, I could not, in good conscience, purposefully go and put money into that economy. I mean, we all inadvertently put money into that economy when we pretty much buy anything from the shop or Amazon.
Well, yeah.
But
the worst thing we ever did was give up Hong Kong.
I think the worst thing we ever did actually was outsource all of our manufacturing to China and India, because it's taken us all to a complete place of weakness.
If we hadn't given up Hong Kong, they'd still be doing our manufacturing. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah. I think
Hong Kong
lived
was a
there, didn't
win-win.
you?
Hong Kong was a win-win situation for everyone. It was a win for the UK, and it was a win for China, and it was a win for the people of Hong Kong. There was no real need to change it. And if the British had hung out and kept it, we might still have had Hong Kong.
Do you know the other place I really desperately want to visit before I leave
Japan.
this shuffle off? Tokyo, Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all of Japan. I want to see it.
So I've
I
been
wanna
to
be
Hong
there.
Kong, I've lived in Hong Kong, and I've been to Japan. I've only visited Tokyo.
Well, I think that we should start doing, if we can ever make any money, you know, doing what we do. I think we should start doing specials from certain countries if we can ever afford it. Because I would love to, and especially for the other channel as well. I'd love to tour these places. I'd love to show off these places. I'd love to ingratiate myself in the culture of these places. Probably not their food, but I can. I just love to see it. It's through and through. Like Harold was asking what I did before all of the coup stuff, right?
Yeah.
Through and through. Travel is in my blood. It
Yeah.
is in my soul. It is. I just love going places, experiencing places, and riding the fastest roller coasters I can find.
Yeah.
That is what I love doing. And if we can incorporate, you know, travel and into our reporting, into our shows, it's something I would love to do. I really would.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I've travelled through a fairly substantial amount of the world. There's parts of it I've not been to. Where have I not been to? I haven't been to Russia. I'd actually quite like to go to Russia.
One day.
Yeah.
I'd love to see all these places. I'd love to see Ukraine. I'd love to see Russia. I'd love to go I'd love to just go and see these places and meet the real people. I don't give a shit about who's in charge.
Yeah.
I just want to meet the real people, see what their life is like, see how they live. And like I said, ingratiate myself in that culture, because, you know, the best way to learn about people, the best way to learn about places is to go there. I'm not sure I want to go to Afghanistan, because I don't know if it's a troll or not, but they're saying that Lord Miles Rutledge, as he calls himself, is a prisoner at the moment in Afghanistan. I don't know if that's true.
So what about
They have reported it.
What about the reporter that got lifted in Russia? The American reporter.
Well, I'm not shocked.
Well,
and I don't.
Okay, he's caught buying to rights. Okay,
Got him.
Because he got caught with restricted military documents.
Okay.
Right now, Russia's not the United States of America. Britain's not the United States of America. There's no fucking right for a journalist to be in possession of restricted military information or restricted military documentation. Or you think about it, if a journalist gets Official Secrets Act stuff here, he's not protected.
No.
He's not protected by the Freedom of Speech Act that they have in America. So an American journalist in Russia is not acting as an American, he's acting as a journalist in the country that he's in, which is Russia. And he has to abide by their
operate under their rules.
He has to operate under their rules, and this guy didn't, and he got caught, and he's in jail, and you know, he's not got any choice. He's not got any choice about that, right?
Well, no. And whilst I don't condone it in any way, shape, or form, I really don't. I understand that I also don't control the laws and rules of another country. You know, yeah. I'd like to see a journalist. I'd like to see Julian Assange free today.
Well, that's what they're trying to do now. They're trying to say, release Assange and we'll release, and you know, they're trying to get the Russians to say, tell them to release Assange or kill that, because Congress has already said it's time to drop this. And it is time to drop it. Because Assange has done nothing wrong.
No, he hasn't. He's done nothing wrong. He's simply been...
He's just been a victim of Team America World Police. That's what he's been.
And I don't understand how he can commit treason against the United States when he's never been a citizen of the United States.
You can't commit treason against a country that you're not a citizen of.
No. So Adam says Lord Miles got arrested in Afghan for videoing the gun markets and talking about prices, which is illegal in Afghan.
Well, there you go. So don't do it. If you know what, if you're going to go to these places and do things that are illegal in those countries and you get caught doing them, right? Then you got to pay the fucking consequences. I mean, look at. Have you ever seen the film Midnight Express?
I have not.
Oh, fucking! You want to watch it? You
Dude,
would
I've just been to
never-
watch the
you
Super
would-
Mario Bros. Movie.
Yeah, listen, mate. Midnight Express is on a different level from the fucking Super Mario Bros. Movie. Right?
I know.
So
I know.
you watch Midnight Express and you would never contemplate smuggling drugs through Turkey. Never.
I would never contemplate smuggling drugs through fucking anywhere.
Yeah,
To be honest.
exactly.
Do you know what? I take my prescriptions with me when I go with my prescription medication
And
because
so
I'm so
you should.
fucking scared.
So you should.
Yeah. I take my prescriptions with me because, you know, if you're going to get pulled up on it. And actually, once I was at Gatwick Airport, this was about this is one of the times I was flying maskless when you had to mask. I got pulled up and I actually had to call my wife whilst I was at the security because I'd forgotten my prescriptions, and she had to send photographs of my prescriptions to me so that I could show them to the security.
Yeah.
And absolutely, you know, I understand that because I take restricted drugs with me wherever I go.
So the guys are the guys are saying that it's a brilliant film and all that, and Trudy, not just the guys. Sorry, Trudy. Or I'm using the guys in the generic term of people.
The troll room.
Yeah,
the troll room.
But it's a brilliant film. They don't make movies like that anymore, do they? You
The
know,
best movie ever made was Jaws.
Jaws
best
is brilliant.
movie
I
ever
love
made.
Jaws. I thought the book's even better though. The book's fucking brilliant.
If you've ever seen a documentary, I will highly recommend it. It came on the Blu-ray Steelbook version, which I've got somewhere. I can't find it, but I've got the Blu-ray Steelbook of Jaws. It's called The Shark Is Not Working, or The Shark Is Working, right?
Okay.
And it shows you how they made that movie. And the studio cut them off.
In
The studio
book,
cut them off.
In the book, Hooper shags Brody's wife.
Oh. Oh.
Hey.
But what I'm saying is this, you know, the way that film was made, the practical effects, the guerrilla style filming they had to do because the studio cut them off, and then what they managed to piece together to create one of the best films, if not the best film ever made. If you've never seen Jaws, you need to watch it. You really do, because it is.
How could anyone
fantastic.
not have seen Jaws? I mean, really, it is.
Well, you say that. I actually know several. I was the first person to show my wife that movie.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And did she like it?
Yeah. She didn't like the shark. She was scared of the shark, the big rubber shark. Did you ever go on the Jaws?
Had a little drink about an hour ago, and I'm ready.
And it's gone right to my head. Robin Wolstenholme says Matrix hands down, I guess, for the favorite movie.
Not my favorite movie, no.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
But, you know,
it's
yeah,
a good
it
movie. Don't get me wrong. It's a good movie, but it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite.
no, I think the best movie ever made. Oh, Harold's got a good, strong candidate there. Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 is a fantastic movie, especially for the fact that they used an actual fat boy in it. So yeah, that was good.
Did you ever get to experience the Terminator 2 3D at Universal Studios?
Yeah.
Really good.
More than once.
Really good.
Yeah, really
And
good.
I consider that the real Terminator 3.
A kind of mix of live action and animation and everything. It was fucking people.
actors,
They even had people in the aisle running up and down with Terminator guns.
Yeah, they did. And then like they would have people on the stage reacting to what was going on the screen and dodging things.
Yeah.
And really
But
good.
yeah.
And like I say,
Terminator
Andrew Lomax has come in with a very, very good candidate, Casino. That is a brilliant movie. It is one of my
Apocalypse
favorites.
Now is a fantastic movie.
Adam says new Evil Dead movie is out soon. I have my ticket to see it. I do.
I don't know about that, but Apocalypse Now is an absolute fantastic movie. I do love the smell of napalm in the morning.
I can understand that. I really can. Trudy says Dead Man's Shoes is in my top 10. Can't say I've ever seen it.
You know, one of the movies that I really, really like, and you might
Go for
mock
it.
me for it, An Officer and a Gentleman.
Oh, fuck off.
No, it's a brilliant movie. You know why it's a brilliant movie?
Expand.
Because the US Navy fucking hated it.
Okay. Okay.
Because it showed what actually happened in basic training. And people did kill themselves.
Do you know what? Vaughn's been watching The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent,
Yeah.
which is a film about
It's
Nicolas
alright.
Cage. So it's a really good film. I know he's been watching that film because he said Paddington Bear 2, classic. And it's featured heavily in that film. Paddington 2. It is. Just it's
Another
I've
movie,
never watched.
a movie that I absolutely love, and it's probably because I love the books more than anything, right?
Go for it.
But Dune, right?
Have you seen the new one?
The Kyle MacLachlan one is I know the effects are shit, but the Kyle MacLachlan one is way better than the new one. The new one is too woke.
Fair enough. But like I said, I think Hollywood is trying to get away from that woke BS quietly. But Adam says woke Paul Atreides.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Atreides was not woke at all.
I tell you what has really, really impressed me actually. Something
So what Dune was shite? The first one or the new one? You know.
Vaughn says the new one is better.
No, it's not. The effects are better, right?
Yeah.
But the actual story is more, I think, is more faithful in the first one.
And Andrew Lomax comes at us with Cheech and Chong.
Yeah, no.
Let me just get the doob out.
This is turning into a movie review show, but that's fine. I'm
Do
happy
you know what?
with this. I'm happy with this.
It's turning into a conversation with our audience. And
Yeah,
that's exactly
I'm happy
It's
with
Friday
this.
night.
It's Friday night, and anything goes because we are all in.
We are all in. We're all in with whatever
those
people want to
intros.
talk
See the
about.
intros on All In. Do you like them? Because they're not scripted. They just come out my head at the time.
He just says stuff.
I just say stuff.
Troll poll time.
Troll poll.
Do you like John's intros?
Start a poll.
I'll tell you what. You're only gonna get troll polls on a Friday night.
Yeah.
You're only gonna get them on a Friday night, so get that voting finger ready.
Troll poll.
And if you haven't already, then please hit the like button, please hit the share button, and if you're not a subscriber, please consider just hitting it.
No, 67%. You know what? The higher that goes, the more you're going to get.
Vaughn comes at us with Redcon 1 was good.
Was it? Fuck, it was shit.
So bad.
It was
so
such a bad movie. I was in that, and I remember fucking hanging about for a whole day thinking, why the fuck am I wasting my time here? Because this is going to be a shit movie. And I was right.
And you were right. And you were in it. And are you ashamed?
No, I'm not ashamed. It was an experience, you know. You got to experience these things.
John, you should be ashamed.
Yeah, John was in it. Yeah, of course I was in it, Harold. Have you not
He's in Redcon 1,
See if you look at Ruthless. There's a picture in Ruthless with me with makeup on. And that's my zombie biker face in Redcon 1.
That is John's claim to fame. He was in Redcon 1. He was in, people...
No, it's not my only claim to fame. I was on the TV once.
Look, we are
in fact,
available...
I've been on the TV a couple of times. I was on the TV once as a cop, and I was on the TV once in Hong Kong when I won my class in the 8th International Karting Prix of Hong Kong.
People, we are available. We are available for hire to be in your films. We are available for hire to be in your TV shows.
You want a public speaker? I'll come and speak publicly. I've done it at Microsoft. I've done it at Cisco. So I'll come and public speak for you if you wish.
Yeah, yeah. John.
Yes.
John, do you think we are reaching the end point on tonight's show? We're ending on a high.
I think we are. I think we're coming down to a natural hiatus. We've come down from a natural hiatus. I think we're sliding into the end game, as they would say.
I want to give you one more trend on Twitter before we go.
Go on.
Something currently trending. Independence for Wales.
Why?
I don't know. It's just
why
trending.
would Wales want independence?
Paris is trending. Hashtag Paris.
Is Paris Hilton or Paris the country?
No, they're at it again. They're at it again. They're protesting again.
Okay.
They're at it again. I am so looking forward. And oh my God, they're fucking throwing grenades and tear gas and shit. I'm terrified. This is, once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm going to go and do this.
It all kicks off at night though, so you see if you're there in the afternoon, it won't be as intense.
This kicking off is daytime. It's quite intense. I'm not going to lie. But if you'd like to, help me out and maybe buy me that glass of wine that John has asked me to sit and drink whilst protesting is going on behind me in central Paris, then please consider a direct donation at the link in the chat. If you're on YouTube, it is paypal.me.
Trudy says don't go then. But that's Trudy. That's not the option.
The point is that I go and do these things because somebody has to, right? Somebody has to show off the reality of what's happening on the ground. And if it just turns into a lovely tour of Paris with my tour guide, and we just happen to see some people kicking off, that's fine. But I'm looking forward to it. I am, but I'm also scared of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you have enjoyed us tonight, then make sure you've clicked the link to subscribe to us on Rumble, just in case we aren't able to stream here on YouTube. If you are able to, then please consider a donation or a monthly support at patreon.com/Chasing Dissent, or indeed Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/Chasing Dissent. But the most important thing you can do for us at this current time costs you nothing. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and if you're not already, then please subscribe. And if you found anything particularly funny, feel free to take clips and put them out on social media and say, this was funny. Here's a link to the video. We would really appreciate that.
And I know most of you guys do this, and I appreciate it and thank you for it. But continue to evangelize.
Yeah.
Continue evangelizing for us.
Share button. Share button.
Thank you.
We would love for you. I just want to say something that we have tonight hit the highest average view duration for a show we've ever had.
Really?
So I really appreciate that. I really do.
That's cool.
Thank you all for sticking around with us, John. I think this is the opportune moment to say goodbye to these.
Indeed. So thank you one and all for attending this Friday night live, all in, with John and Ben from this proud country, once called Great Britain. Good night. It's been great for you.
You can see the writing on the pavement. Young kids, they're growing up in basements. Online, a whole new generation. I'ma make mine, so you better go take it. Always, they need a new replacement. Decentralized, can't contain it. We're changing lives, yeah, upgrading. Call it suicide of the older generation. Too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.